Okay, I've tried this many times. My Japanese is so poor that I'm just not even gonna bother trying to do any for you, except to say yatta and asatte Nihon e Ikimasu. Yeah, I'm going to Japan. I got my super secret number and I asked if I could pay my own way, if I could go Saturday instead of Sunday. Consulate is not open on the weekends. And they said yes, I get to stay in a capsule hotel. I can't wait to check it out. I'll definitely be posting pictures if that's where I end up staying. They're putting me up in a comfort inn or something, but the first night I gotta fend for myself. I told the other Wago because I was gonna sleep in a park. That's probably illegal. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to Japan this weekend. I'm flying to Osaka. I have to get up at 6 a.m. on Saturday, but it's worth it. It's far better than getting up early for compulsory fun trips, and I'm beyond pleased. Having reported that, I won't be around this weekend, most likely. I doubt I'll take my laptop, but I might. Until I get some sort of handy cam or something, I may want to try to record something while I'm in Japan. The other thing is, somebody told me that the Koreans are really into exercise, and I had absolute evidence of that today. Walking home at 9:30, I saw an old guy jumping rope in my parking lot. It was pretty cool, actually. The other thing that I've seen a lot of is that there's little like workout stations all over the place. There's little parks, and they always have some sort of sit-up bench or something, and you'll often see obasans hanging around, possibly doing some workouts. There's one thing where you grip two handles and then you put your feet on a disc and then you twist around. That seems pretty popular. I think it works your abs. The other thing that's huge here is hula hoops. And when I say huge, I mean ubiquitous. They're everywhere. Think of the last time that you saw hula hoop. Like, when was it? Were you at the gym? If it was we had them in boxing class. I don't even remember seeing them the last time I went to boxing, actually. But just picture that, because they're everywhere here. There's a decomposing dead one in the tree branches right outside my apartment. They are all over the mountain. I climbed the mountain last Monday, and there's workout stations in various parts of it. Hula hoops. There's one section where there were just some hula hoops leaning up against a tree, just saying, "Hey, work your abs." They're everywhere in what I can, I just only judgmentally call the weirdest way. I don't know why they're everywhere, but that means that on average, I think that means Koreans are more coordinated than we are. I can't hula hoop, and I don't know that many people who can, although because it doesn't come up in conversation. So if I'm mislabeling the vast majority of my friends and you guys can all hula hoop, then I'm sorry for disparaging your potential coordination. Did anything else happen today? No, that was pretty much it. I've been having anxiety dreams about work constantly. Last night I was trying to teach people how to use commas, and this just sort of keys into the fact that while I understand the rules of good grammar implicitly, I can't explicitly sort of articulate them for the most part. I can't tell you why a lot of things are. I just know that they are, and I know what works, and so I got really freaked out about that because I had trouble explaining ED versus the use of ING to some kids, and that just sort of threw me for a loop. So the result was an anxiety dream wherein I was teaching my friends how to use commas, and these enormous bugs, I mean, putting Australian bugs to shame, enormous bugs, were disrupting the class. So, and I mean, they were teaming up. We're not talking just enormous bugs in various parts of the room. We're talking like a spider helping a giant fuzzy caterpillar come into the classroom, followed by, at one point, the spider, which seemed to get bigger every time I saw it, tag teaming with an enormous praying mantis type thing that clicked a lot and was very shiny, like with an egg sac. I mean, they were disruptive. It was like they'd turned some of my kids into big bugs. You didn't hear that. I don't know what you thought you heard, but you didn't hear that. Enormous bugs. It was both anxiety inducing because I was really screwing up the commas, and also because giant bugs. I mean, shiny shiny giant bugs. I can't impress upon you how terrifying that is. I think that keys into the fact that in almost every classroom there's always been some sort of bug flying around disrupting things, because the flies here, when I first saw them, all I could think of is that naming a new game called That's Not a Raisin. They're huge. They're huge. And apparently the mosquitoes here are some sort of evil devil mosquitoes that can feed more than once. So I don't know, they're like sort of little flying vampire things of doom, far scarier than any mosquito that you've ever encountered, apparently, unless you've been to Africa. Lots of anxiety dreams, which I'm now sharing with you. I had other ones about giving the tests and stuff because I was really afraid of messing it up, but last night's dream just took it to a whole new level. So I'm still tired a lot of the time because I'm being terrorized by my subconscious mind. Anyway, I'm going to Japan. I'll see you when I get back, and if you want something, you have about 24 hours to submit your requests. Thank you.